Ram 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 Sarvebhyah Namo Namaha. Like always, let us begin with the prayer. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave na guroh paramam shishurasmi guroho matirasti gurau mama pahi guro. Ram Ram Ram. Sanskritam kathamasti?
संस्कृतं सुलभम् अस्ति.
उत्तमम्. किमर्थं संस्कृतं सुलभम् अस्ति?
संस्कृत सरला भाषा अस्ति.
उत्तमं. संस्कृत भाषा सरला भाषा, अतः संस्कृतं सुलभम् अस्ति. अतः भवती संस्कृतं पठति वा?
आम् 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 पठामि.
उत्तमम्. अहं संस्कृतम्
अवश्यं पठामि.
उत्तमं. संस्कृतम् अस्माभिः अवश्यं पठनीयमेव, पठामः अपि. धन्यवादाः. So as I always say, these are some of 3 basic statements in Sanskritam that will boost our interest and motivation to learn Sanskritam. And let us all remember these, which is simple 3 sentences in Sanskritam along with the questions. Agre gachamaha. Now we shall go to the Prarthana. Ganesha Shlokam Kripaya Vadantu. Savadhanataya Vadantu. Don't worry, in whichever tune you know, if you can remember what we have learned so far in the same tune, otherwise also if in general any other tune is also fine. Don't worry, but focus more on the pronunciation aspects and please recite the shloka correctly.
Ajam nirvikalpan nirakaramekam niranandamanandam advaita purnam paran nirgunan nirvisheshan nirihan Parabrahma Rupam Ganesham Bhajema.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. Few places I will just tell. So Advaita Purnam. Aikara. Advaita wasn't told correctly.
Advaita Purnam.
Yeah, Advaita Purnam. Okay, and one more thing, Nirihan you said, but anywhere in any of these, it is basically an Anuswara. Param, if you give a pause and then tell the next word, it will become Param, Nirgunam, Nirvishesham, Niriham. But if you want to join or without a pause, if you want to tell it continuously, then what will happen? This Anuswara will be changed to Nakara. That is the only difference when we tell it together. Paran Nirgunan Nirvisheshan Niriham. Since there is no other word after this, it will become Niriham only. Parabrahma Rupam. If you pause, then Ganesham Bhajema. So this will be the right way to pronounce it. Don't worry. Dhanyavadaha. Agrima Shlokam Prati Gachamaha.
Mala Sudha Kumbha Vibodha Mudra Vidya Virajat Karavari Jatam Apara Karunya Sudamburasham Shri Sharadambam Pranatosmi Nityam.
Uttamam. Few important points. The Mahapranas everywhere was not told correctly as a Mahaprana. So Sudha Kumbha Vibodha Mudra. Similarly, here Sudhamburashim. Okay.
Okay.
Please focus on the Mahapranas and practice it correctly. We'll go to the next shloka.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. So if you note in this shloka, there is no Mahaprana at all with respect to the Vargiya Vyanjanas. So it is straightforward in that way. Okay. There was one question which was asked, like why are there hyphens in the shlokas, either in this shloka or also in the previous shloka, which is Mala Sudha Kumbha. I'll just go to that slide again. Why there are these hyphens? So in Sanskritam in general, whenever there are more number of words which are joining, they form a compound word which is called a samasa. So if you see in this, the first 2 lines of this shloka is one word. Many words have combined to form one word, and hence this is samasta pada. or a samasa. Just listen to this, just know about this. So while reciting, we shouldn't make any mistake of giving a pause at a wrong place. For example, mala su dha kumbha vi bodhamu dravi, etc. We shouldn't tell in that way. So the right places where we can take a breath or even provide a small pause or a micro pause, if you would call it, then we'll have to break at the right places. And hence these hyphens are given so that you can know where you can stop or take a breath, or you can know that these are the separate words in this particular samasta pada. And if you also see, after the end of the first line, that is the first pada, there is a hyphen. That means to say it is a continuing one, and vidya virajatkara varijatam is also part of the same word. So unlike the other shlokas, or even in this third pada and the fourth pada, you cannot pause after sudhamburashim like this and then go to the next pada. You will have to tell these two lines continuously. Mala sudha kumbha vibodha mudra vidya virajat kara varijata. So in this way only it has to be pronounced. Okay. So that's there was one question. So I tried to answer that part. We'll go to the next shloka. Vyasa shlokam prati gacchamaha.
नमोस्तुते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे उल्लार विन्दायत पत्र नेत्र येन त्वया भारत तैल पूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः.
Uttamam, well recited. Two things again. Mahaprana Pullara Vindayata, not Pullara Vindayata. It is Pullara Vindayata. Similarly here, Buddhe Dha Mahaprana is there. Though you said Bha by giving some more effort, I could feel you were saying Mahaprana, but it was not very evident. Bharata. And when you tell together, Jnanamayaf Pradipaha would be a better way to pronounce it. But don't worry, this whatever you have pronounced right now is also correct. Dhanyavadaha. We'll go to the next shloka.
शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्कीकृतमभूद्यया किङ्करीयस्य सामाया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये.
Uttamam, well recited. Dhanyavadaha. We'll go to the next shloka.
Vivekinam mahaprajnam dhairyaudarya kshamanidhim sadabhinava purvantan Vidyatirtha Gurum Bhaje.
Uttamam, Dhanyavadaha. Well recited. Agrima shlokam prati gacchamaha.
Bharati Karuna Patram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudham Bharati Tirthamashraye.
Uttamam, well recited. Only Tirtha Tha Mahaprana was not there. So apart from that, other places you have recited well. Please keep practicing it. Dhanyavadaha. Okay, we'll go to the next shloka for which we have to remember.
Ekamatro bhaved hrasvaha dvimatro dirgha uchyate trimatrastu pluto jneyaha vyanjanam tvarthamatrakam.
Uttamam, well recited. Dhanyavadaha. So please keep practicing these shlokas every day, so that we will be able to memorize it, and that will also help us in this journey of learning Sanskritam, and also with respect to the exam as well.